players, when I look at the way that they've been playing, it's a toss-up between the both of them on who's going to come out on top.
Ido looking like my son. I swear he's not mine.
Grand Finals of Shuffle 8. Zinoto versus Ido. Zinoto's Diddy Kong just did exactly what Ido did in Winners Finals, and that was taking out Mewtwo King to get to this very position. Oh, that's it! That beautiful punish sequence to start this game off. 17 seconds, and the first stock being eradicated.
Delicioso, man. That was super crispy stuff by Ido. This guy does not drop his Diddy Kong or his Meta Knight combos, and Diddy Kong, albeit a small character, is pretty much the perfect weight and fall speed to get comboed by up airs into shuttle loop at the percents in which it'll actually kill at the end.
Now, Zinoto is trying to figure out some sort of way to fight back, but the fact that he's at this low percent leaves him so vulnerable to these punishes from Ido. Another set of up airs. No! Oh my god. Okay.
Ido with a smile on his face.
Ido's punish game. Ido's punish game actually is so incredible that it hurts himself. It's like a cursed blade of sorts. the best punish game. But either way,
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh, man. You got to pay like a tribute to summon the death combo.
Oh yeah, but the summons.
Oh no! All right, well, all those stocks going into the dark hole below and above it too, I guess. All right.
Man, the trap hole, man. That was
exactly. That card. Trap hole, fell all the way down. All right. My man Ido, though, this kid's Meta Knight is disgusting.
It's scary. Let's keep in mind the fact that the only stock that he lost in that game was to himself.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And it was in a vain attempt to destroy Zinoto, and he almost did it. I thought he was just going to go for like forward air or something, which probably would have done the job. But you got to finish it in style, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lesser player, I think, mentally would have been crushed after that last game. But Zinoto, he has that iron will of a top player. He may be a player who a lot of folks watching may not have maybe heard of, but he's definitely out to showcase why he's one of the best Diddy Kongs on the planet.
He is so good. It's like he's criminally underrated, man. And I would love to see him at least put himself on the board, but Ido is just showing to be pretty much unstoppable.
Another set of
early workings of the set.
Ido.
Okay.
Yeah. What was it there? Do you think that it might have been just his DI or Ido's positioning with the jumps?
Probably a mixture of the two. A little column A, a little column B. One of conventional matchup wisdom indicates that when you're fighting Meta Knight, it's good to stick by the edge and just always DI out. That way he has to put himself at risk of SDing if he wants to complete the shuttle loop combo. And Zinoto's been doing a pretty good job of that, but also Meta Knight is so dangerous to fight by the edge because if you slip off stage, all of a sudden this man is just going to town with those down airs.
Especially whenever you're playing a character like Diddy Kong, who, like we said, has a pretty fragile recovery if you can get a couple of hits on there. Zinoto certainly playing with fire, but it's this calm under pressure that's allowing him to creep back into this game.
Yeah, only 20% down. That's not really anything to get too discouraged by. But he's pretty much getting very efficiently baited by Ido into throwing his banana. I think Ido is starting to realize, Zinoto is in the best position possible when he can just punish me out of shield for anything with that, or just leave it on the stage for ground control. So I think he's looking more to just hop around, bait Zinoto to do that, or wait for the banana to expire, and there we go.
Beautiful Nair covering that ledge option, and Zinoto is going to be losing the stock again. First stock so far for both of these games, actually for the last 3 games that these two have played, has been lost by Zinoto. He's going to need to think of new strategies. You're right, the way that he's playing, it definitely does deal with the PO very nicely, because instead of conventionally going at a very even playing field, he's taking advantage of that, a little bit of that height advantage, so to say, right? He's floating above the range where the banana peel is very active, and Zinoto, therefore, isn't being allowed to have access to one of his best tools in this matchup.
And as a result, man, I mean, you can combo kind of like banana into aerials, but he has to take a big risk and just aimlessly throw his banana into the sky to even hope to connect with that. Nice stuff by Ido, though. The fake out just lands with nothing into a grab. Oh!
It's a Zinoto.
No, no rage, or very minimal amount of rage.
This is definitely a heartbreaker.
Yeah, man. 3 minutes on the clock. I highly doubt we'll see a timeout, but that still silently conveys the message. Zinoto, you have to be the one to initiate here.
The question that Zinoto needs to be asking himself is, how do I deal with this airborne Meta Knight? What are my options? What do I use here? And I don't know, do you think that maybe Fairs might be the answer, or he just has to dig a little deeper than that?
A mixture of Fairs and up airs would be pretty good at contending Meta Knight in the air, but again, you're dealing with limbs versus a sword, and that's never a good outcome for the former.
That's right. A little bit of a disjoint makes it all the more trickier to go with that air-to-air combat sort of strategy. So Zinoto is back to the wall and actually sucked into the tornado from Ido.
Yeah, that move does so much damage. I like his usage of it. Like, instead of going for up airs into up B when it's not going to kill, just cut it short, go for the tornado, take it like 20 damage. Now Ido trying to find his way back down to the ground, but he really has no reason to do so. He's been doing just fine by hopping around, baiting Zinoto to get rid of that banana, and then punishing him, either plucking it out or just going in while Zinoto is defenseless without it. Oh, but this man says, I'm never defenseless. I can fight with or without that banana really well and possibly put myself back in this set.
The nairs again from Ido. Just that coverage that it grants him, I think, it does a really good job of dealing with Diddy Kong whenever he's trying to come in the air. But wow, the challenge!
Maybe he was expecting either a roll in or a side B to the center of the stage. Both very common options for players and Diddy Kong players, especially with the side B. But my man Zinoto is all the way back in this right now.
Again, Ido's punish game is the most promising at those lower percents, but whenever it comes to this sort of above 100% game, it's where he's empirically sort of struggled. Oh, very nearly gets the read, but doesn't get the second hit, I think, of that shuttle loop.
Yeah, two super close calls there for Zinoto.
Wow, that was the cleanest little beat reverse I think I've ever seen.
Oh, wow, and a whiff tornado actually going to get scooped up by the side B command grab there. Oh, this is down to the wire,
The
man.
final minute of this game, Zinoto, he's in the hot seat. He needs to be able to get this kill just because he's so far behind. And while Meta Knight doesn't have those same planking capabilities as he did in Brawl, definitely still a scary situation. Zinoto gets get back thrown, and that's going to be it.
That move actually received a knockback buff a couple patches ago. Didn't know that until I went back and looked at some of the old patch notes. Yeah, that move can kill. You know, it's a pretty solid kill throw around that 160 mark, especially with a little bit of rage on Meta Knight, or a lot of bit, like Ido had right there.
Oh, yeah.
So going into this third game, I mean, are we going to see the clean sweep, the no reset, no games taken? Or is Zinoto going to put himself on the board here?
It depends.
What do you think? If you had to, gun to head, put money on it.
I think he can take this.
Place a bet. Yeah, you think Zinoto's
I really think he can take this.
Yeah, I agree. But back to Battlefield, I don't know if that's the right call. I mean, it is good because the ceiling is high, but he also gets those platforms to sort of boost the starting height of the combo, which kind of negates the extra ceiling height. And also, Meta Knight is so good from underneath platforms at pressuring with up airs, tornadoes, etc.
Man, he's just been playing from behind, I feel, for the entirety of this game. Ido is going straight to face, and maybe a little bit of mix-ups between hot and cold are kind of throwing Zinoto off. He's not sure which side of his brain he really needs to engage, what style of play he needs to go for.
Yeah, I wonder if you went back and watched the VODs and heard what you said about, I'd like to see him, mix up from between styles, those temperatures, man. It's hard to be comfortable if the temperature is constantly changing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, on one hand, yeah, Ido has been doing a lot of hop around and, patient anti-banana play, but then you do see, once he finds his opportunity, he just goes in and does not stop.
Absolutely. But one thing that we've seen from Zinoto so far, in this game in particular, is the hits that he does get, the openings he does get, they're all very meaningful. Whereas with Ido, for the most part, it's been some glancing blows, but that little sequence might serve to prove otherwise. Ido, another well-placed nair, that time covering above, and the tornado to just put on even more damage. Zinoto starting off with a pretty nice lead, but now that lead is just cut, and we're back to a relatively even game.
Yeah, it was 82-82 right as you finished saying that, but then, Zinoto starting to break away with the lead just a tiny little bit. And again, even though it's not a huge one, it still indicates, okay, Ido has to approach this time. Although, with 4.5 minutes on the clock, he can definitely take his time. There's no reason to rush. It's not like, oh my god, I have to make up for this lead right now.
I mean, what are Zinoto's options, really? He can pull out the banana peel, but Ido has already demonstrated that he is proficient with dealing with the option.
Right. And basically just trying to elicit those random banana throws from Zinoto, avoiding the end point of where that banana is going to be, and then capitalizing when Diddy Kong doesn't have that arsenal available.
Even right there, that last second hop that he did, Zinoto in his mind was thinking, this is when he's going to drop down. This is when he's probably going to be trying to go for something like a grab or a dash attack, or some kind of attack. Ido just hops over the banana peel.
That was another sick method of dealing with the banana by Ido. He forward smashed the banana, and the banana clashing it out ended his forward smash, and he went straight into jab. And Zinoto got caught by it. Oh, that was gorgeous!
It just feels like, not even dealing with when we're talking about the banana peel, but in general, he's always in the right area, the right zone, but Zinoto so fast to answer back. Last stocks, and Zinoto knows that he needs to hold on to this stock if he wants to hold on to his chances of walking away with everything.
Ido's so content to just play this air game, man. He's looking kind of like melee jigs. Just float around, wait for a mistake, and then death combo you. Oh, a lot of back airs there coming out from Zinoto. That move chains into itself so well. At the early percents, Diddy Kong is such a terrifying character. I mean, he doesn't like end stocks like Meta Knight does, but you know, he'll get a big lead with some easy combos and then just hold that control, and all of a sudden now Ido has 70% to make up for.
It's going to take a good punish, really, for Ido to get back into it.
Ido almost had a good open up there with another fastball empty land into grab, but he accidentally turned around, and I think that cost him quite a bit of momentum here. Although he is so good at just killing Zinoto's momentum, not letting him get away with too much.
Up throw, up air won't be enough. That Battlefield high ceiling coming into play.
Zinoto showing us why we might see a little bit more than a 3-game grand finals here. Oh, but Ido, it's your turn. Oh, he threw the banana up? Why? But okay, doesn't even matter. He still keeps going.
You can't up throw with the banana peel in hand.
No, he up threw the banana.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but like, I wonder why. If he had just thrown it backwards, it might have been an input error.
True.
He could have kept it going. Okay, this is getting intense, man. Ido thinking, okay, I can close this out right now. I just need to play perfectly.
Let's play cautious, but Zinoto also is erring on this side of caution. The little crouches that he does, you know, it's something we don't see all that often from Diddy Kong mains, but being able to have quick access to that down tilt, certainly proving valuable.
Living. I can't believe that. I feel like Ido was DIing out too. But whatever he did, kept him alive, so can't complain there.
And again, we're getting closer and closer to the point where we have to look at the clock. We've crossed into the final 2 minutes of this game as Ido ends up getting the down throw. This could be it.
Very nice there by Zinoto, not hitting that side B too fast. No knee-jerk reactions there. Just outlasted Ido's falling bear hitbox.
Wow. That was really smart, actually, because normally Ido will come in whenever he sees the peel is gone. And so Zinoto just rushed in there, got the forward air out, knowing that Ido's approach was more than likely coming. But Ido, tried to challenge there. Zinoto, well placed with that air dodge, gets the up air.
Yeah, and Zinoto not too scared, you know, not mashing out like a second air dodge. He decided, okay, I can challenge Meta Knight. You know, my feet have some pretty good range on them, even though they're not quite disjointed. Oh, man, Ido
gets around. Great fastball, but
God.
From there, scary spot for Zinoto. Wow, that was so smart. Going straight into Ido there with the jetpack.
Zinoto clinging to life, but so is Ido here. Any throw by the edge will end Ido's life. And probably an up air from anywhere on the screen above the edge.
The final... We're approaching those final 30 seconds of this match.
Yeah, so Ido needs to kick it into high gear and start shooting to kill. Zinoto putting himself back in the set.
Wow, what a game!
That was
like it was
so intense.
You know, that really was just a chess match.
It was
at the end there, all the way through. They were just taking pieces back and forth, and you know. It looked for a second where we might go into that stalemate, possibly, but Zinoto, he just finds that last opening. He had all of the resources, all of the advantages going in, and he's finally able to cash them all out. But Ido, he gets the counter pick, and this is, I believe, the first time in this series that he's actually gotten to go to a stage of his choice. And unlike on Battlefield with that higher ceiling, with these low ceilings, if he can find those up air sequences, he's gonna be able to pretty much always get those KOs off the top.
Right, and I wonder what would have happened at the end of last game if Ido had not messed up picking up the banana. Like, he tripped over it toward the very, very end, and he could have had a big setup. Even just Meta Knight holding the banana in shield is super scary. And, looks like he's going to play that game now. Meta Knight has such a competent arsenal of B moves that he can actually just, like, be a Grinch and hang on to Diddy's banana, not let him have any fun with it, and just use Tornado up Bs, and I guess down B for movement. But Ido seems to actually favor using bananas, like, offensively and following up with them.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be considered a seasick crocodile. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Zinoto again with this lead, and what we've seen really from Ido is because of how Zinoto kind of tends to play the early game more towards the corners, he's not finding those optimal punishes, but Zinoto, no troubles, actually taking advantage of Ido's counter pick here, getting that stock, and actually taking the lead.
Okay, nice forward air coming down. See, nice forward air that time. The reverse. Zinoto is just taking this momentum and running with it. Can't get away from these grabs.
You're right, the way that those bears just combo into each other, it's helping Zinoto start to pad his lead. Ido looking for answers, but he's not going to find the second. It gets the Trump bear, but wow.
Not enough, though.
And again, those B reverses from Zinoto, just so trippy. So trippy.
Yeah, definitely very hard to follow his movement in the air if he can just switch it up at the drop of a dime. And that's what he's been doing, and it's kept him away from some pretty sticky situations.
Very sticky situations. And because he's allowed back on stage, he's allowed even more damage onto Ido.
And Ido, again, just kind of playing that hop around, swing aerials game. Man, I'm not liking the looks of this match. I think we're going to be seeing a 5th game here, unless Ido cleans this up.
Oh, and that dare just might be the answer he's looking for. Zinoto still hanging in there, greeted with another dare. Forces the jetpack and actually makes it back. The offensive jetpack's looking a bit like Lightning Cam from DFW.
Yeah, Ido just a little bit slow to react to that upbeat, and lands with the 3rd hit of back air. Zinoto not ready to shield for that long. And all of a sudden, you know, we are just a couple dash attack confirms away. Maybe like 1 dash attack confirm away if Ido is super on point.
I want Zinoto to stay sharp here more than anything else. He can't fall into the I'm going to win this game phase, right? He can't fall into that factor. He has to still respect Ido. He has to respect that severe punish game that he packs. He has to understand that this game could still very much be finished if he is allowed to grant his opponent even a single opening.
Dash attack to Tornado, 27, not bad. And now he's at that perfect threshold to get a dash attack, up air string, and close it out. But will he be afforded that luxury is the question. Oh, that was the 2nd throw on the banana.
Maybe.
It's gone.
Maybe. Maybe. Oh my
it's
goodness.
Wow. Jeez.
Well, Ido.
That is going to do it. Wow. Beautiful 3-1 finish for Ido in Grand Final Set 1. Not going to let the reset happen. California walking away with this tournament in the heart of the Midwest here over Zinoto from Michigan, Mewtwo King, who now lives in Florida, strangely enough. And I guess that's how you know he's getting old. And in 4th place, K-Sev, also from Michigan. 5th was a tie between Mav and Colonies, 2 Northeast Ohio / Pittsburgh area Fox players. And then in 7th, we had Nam and Viev, both from Michigan.
Both from Michigan. But a fantastic tournament nonetheless. I just kind of want to talk about the end there. The end there, which is really, really smart. We noticed that there were a lot of situations where Zinoto would kind of be hanging towards these corners, making it so that Ido couldn't always have these optimal punishes.
Right.
And so he switched it up. He changed things up from the bread and butter. He tried to take advantage of the positioning even with the bear. And that, I think, got Zinoto at least to a high enough percentage where being at the corner was a bit of a worry. So he's back near the center, and that was exactly where Ido wanted him. He gets that final up air sequence, gets the up B, and takes the whole tournament.
Right, you know how, Meta Knight's a scary character? When the counterplay to him is stay in the corner so you don't get death combo, it's like, oh, okay, that sounds good, but wait a minute. I'm in the corner. I don't want that. That's not good. So, anyway, guys, Shuffle 8, Smash 4 wrapping up right now. Yeah, we're going to shout out our sponsors one more time, wrap things up here. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for watching and everyone who came for attending. That's the most important thing. But also, almost equally important, are our sponsors who made this all happen.
That's right. I got to give a huge shout out to Twitch, Elgato.
Oh, these guys right here.
These guys.
Yeah, and Elgato, who we're giving away this Game Capture HD, HD 60, which will allow you to stream on Twitch if you win.
We're also big shout out to Steel Series. They're going to be giving away a really nice keyboard.
The Esports 300.
The Esports 300.
Yeah.
And of course these Twitch bags, which do have
these shirts lurking in them. So 5 of you guys could be as stylish and fashionable as myself and JV if you manage to get your hands on a sick gray blazer like this.
Yeah, and to enter, there's going to be a Gleam.io. I think some of it might be circulating in chat. If you just go check that out, then you're going to be able to be entered in the giveaway itself. Again, a big shout out to ESI, OSU for having us out. It's been a fantastic tournament. Congratulations to Ido coming in first place. And just a miraculous finish as well. Just absolutely remarkable. He was down, I think, by about 100% when he had started that final stock, and he managed to fight all the way back. And also, of course, big congratulations go out to Zinoto and MTK with very respectable 2nd and 3rd place finishes, respectively. Yeah, guys, I guess we're going to be signing off now. So thank you for watching. Shouts to everyone. Shouts to my mom and dad. I think my dad actually watched the stream, which is pretty hype. That is hype. Yeah, he asked me for the link, so Dad, if you're still watching.
I don't know if you got bored. But, yeah, JV, it's been excellent working with you.
Great times.
I'm Max Ketchum. I'm going to be signing out. You can catch me next weekend at Midwest Mayhem, flying out twice to the Midwest in 2 weeks. What do you know?
Cool beans, JV in the building. Big shout outs to my sponsors, Tourney Locator. They're a group based in the South. We're going to be having a huge tournament called Low Tier City. That's going to be coming up in June.
I would love to go to that.
You should go, man. It's going to be really, really hype. So if you know, regardless of what Smash game you play, we have something there for you. And it's during a convention. What's better than that? Your venue fee is actually just a convention badge. Pretty great, right?
That's pretty great, yeah.
Pretty great. Yeah, enough with the plugs. Again, huge congratulations to Ido coming in first, Zinoto for second, and Yutsking walking away with the bronze. That's all we have really for Shuffle 8. We'll see you next week. Well, not next week.
Well,
next time.
Next time.